It's been too
Boom.
long. Boom.
It has been too long. All right. We're gonna just start by saying that this is a special episode. We were not planning on recording before end of the year. We went and watched Wicked. So we're like, we have to talk about this. At least I needed to talk about this more than Amal probably. I've been obsessed with Wicked since like the first act came out, so like I need to talk about act 2. And we're like, okay, we're gonna do a one-off because obviously if we record it in January, it would just be like old news. There's no point of doing that, so might as well do it. So here we are. We're this is a spoiler episode. So if you have not seen Wicked Act 1 and Act 2, just exit. You're not gonna like this. Or some people like to be spoiled and then go and watch something. So join us and then go watch it and then let us know what you think. But yeah, you have been warned. So you've got 1, 2, 3 seconds. We're rolling. Bye. All right. I want to start with before we dive into the episode. So I have a lot of notes on the movie, but what I wanted to start with is why are people so obsessed with criticizing Cynthia and Ariana Grande's relationship? And the more I keep thinking about it, I wonder, is it coming from people are just not used to see two women supporting each other? Like they have to be competing? Is it jealousy? Is it misogyny? Like what's going on? Because all they're doing is they're just showing in a beautiful way empathy towards each other. They're supporting each other. They're defending each other in interviews. And people are like, they must be dating. They must be lesbians. There's something wrong. They're too skinny. I was like, this is refreshing. Like they're just supporting each other. I'm not looking deeper than that into it myself. So what are your thoughts on this?
I am people. I
You
am
are people.
I am people. I do not care about these two actresses past, oh, they're performers. I don't have feelings about them. But I started seeing online all over the place little clips and videos of the way they interact, particularly the way like Cynthia is super protective of Ariana. And some people frame it as strong black woman. That's how they show up. And some people frame it as she is a vampire sucking the life out of Ariana. And that's why Ariana's so skinny. And I've also heard what happened on that set that like everybody is so skinny and like what is happening that they're all trauma bonding because they seem like they've trauma bonded. So what I will say is like I'm not casting dispersions or judging any one of the people because I've seen so many theories and I'm so far removed from the fandom of this that I don't have an opinion, but I definitely have a curiosity because it does not look right. There are some scenes that I'm like, y'all are doing too much. And I could give you examples if you want.
Give me an example.
One example, they were on stage and there was this like moderator, and for whatever fucking reason, he starts shaking Ariana's hand like this, right? And I'm like, what is he doing? And Cynthia reaches across and grabs Ariana's hand, almost as in, like, which is great. Like, bitch, stop shaking my friend's hand. What are you doing? And also, it adds credence to like, does she have cancer? Is something wrong? Because this person knew to jump across and hold her hand. I think where it got a little weird for me in the display of affection is after Cynthia stopped the hand, then she started like caressing Ariana's hand on stage. And that part is where I was like, I was with you in the stopping of the shaking, but I don't understand their relationship. And I'm comfortable just saying that much. I don't understand it. And I don't need to your point. But that whole thing, that's one example of weird.
I think we're calling it weird. I think we're not used to it. And that's why for me, I've been seeing it as something refreshing.
Mm.
I could see myself do the same for you. If we were out there somewhere, I know it might sound weird and people would see it like, oh, they must be romantic or whatever. I don't see it as romantic, but like I am protective of you. So like if they have bonded in a certain way, why would they like and the thing about Cynthia that at least I've noticed, because I've seen other videos that she's just by herself. Like I've seen her in concerts where like a kid with like special needs or something shows up and want to talk to her, and she spends time with that person and like being very like protective of them and give them, the space to like express, like they're shouting, they're yelling, and she's like, that's fine. Well, we have nothing but time. Like just speak, like talk, like we got. So
Mm.
I've seen consistency of how she's trying to show up in the world, and I don't know, I just find it refreshing. I'm just liking that she doesn't need to be full of herself. She can still be humble, and I mean, she's not doing anything bad. It's just it's like we are shocked that someone care that much, I guess.
There's one more moment that I was like, so they were in the middle of an interview, and this time they're standing, not sitting. And the person, as Ariana's trying to answer the question, Cynthia starts noticing like her neckline or her whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and she starts fixing it. And Ariana's like, oh, she's trying to fix it. And she's trying to talk while this presence is doing all of this. And so, Noelle, if you fucking touch me and fix my outfit while I'm trying to talk, I'm going to punch you. If you stop someone from abusing me, but then you start caressing my body on you, I'm gonna punch you, right? And that's just our relationship, right? Like, yes, protect me, I will protect you, but that extra stuff for me, extra, and is not how we display our relationship. To your point, that's their relationship. They can have it. I don't care. That's how they are. But I will say it presents a little funky when, again, like you are fixing this person's collar in the middle of them trying to talk to an interviewer. Now that presents like mothering, control. I could see how people are like, this is what's the word? Enmeshed. Like they are, there's no line. There's better words for this. Those two scenes in particular, where I was like, I see why people are speculating. I don't know which direction is right. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Again, to your point, like I agree with you at the end of the day. People should present how they want to present and be who they want to be, but it is some interesting tea behind their bond. I would like to know it. That's what I'll say.
Okay. I'll leave it at, I don't want this to be taking most of our time. I just need to bring it up because people are discussing it. But I think for me,
And somebody on your side said, or I shouldn't laugh when I say this, but I'm just like, as I'm trying to get all the tea, when we went to the movies, somebody said, oh, actually, one of the theories is that they are bonded over anorexia or something like
because
that.
a
So
lot of people are like saying, give him a burger. That's most of the comments,
I don't
which
like
I
that
find it
personally.
horrible. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no. I don't like that, and Michelle also got super skinny, so I don't know, but I will say I am concerned, not my business, but I am a little like, I did think maybe Ariana is sick, and it gave me, like, Chad Boswick vibes, and I'm like, if anyone around hi remember the Black Panther actor? And then he was sick and told nobody, but, like, I imagine there were a few people around him who knew and were extra protective of
Mm,
him anywhere he went. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe there is something that Cynthia knows about her. And so she's gonna look as crazy as she needs to look because at the end of the day, if her goal
protecting.
is to protect her friend, she don't give a fuck. And that lends itself to what you're saying about her, how she can hold that space. God only knows, Allahu Alam. But anyway, that was sorry. I know I keep cutting you off, but
No, it's
this was the
okay.
most interesting part for me. The tea.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm down. It is what it is. I guess people are having the different view, but we needed to talk about it. So like, let's just bring it up.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. I'm gonna jump into the storyline because I have bullet points about specific parts. So Act One, we have it ending as
Part one.
Part one, the two friends, they are having two separate roads. That's how it ended. So they had to choose completely different paths, even though they care about each other. That's how it ended. It was like, I hope you're happy. You're happy. We're gonna have two different paths. I guess the conversation about this, like, why do friends drift even when nothing bad happens? So, how could you even keep having a relationship or friendship? Because I think that's what I struggle with. And that's what I like about this movie is like showing me a different perspective of this. If I have two different values of how to approach something in life and something as big as like the wizard is trying to destroy this whole place or he's scheming and like one person is like I don't fuck with that, that's not happening, and the other person's like I just want to be loved, like I'm okay if you're just gonna love me, and like you still be able to be friends because you can this much understand the other person. So I don't know how to wrap my head around this because it's really hard for me to align with that. But I do see a beauty in it, and I'm like, I wish I could be this objective in my relationships. And that could be voting. Like I have family members who votes in ways that I don't agree with, and I struggle with like, but what does that say about me? So is it really me? Like this tells something about me, or is it truly I'm just bothered by how they're voting for per se? What are your thoughts?
I'm I was just thinking about, like, am I just reflecting on part 1 or part 2? And I think it's the same reflection. I started to think about it after we saw part 2 as, like, being friends with people with privilege. Ariana represents privilege,
Mm-hmm.
and it's privilege she's not willing to sacrifice. And I think and before I used to like Ariana's character because 'cause I'm like, "I get it, like, she has her own dreams, and she has her own paths, and she wants them, and she genuinely is a good friend in terms of how much she loves Alphaba, but she's not willing to put her privilege on the line." And that, I think, is a direct connection to your story, right? Like, they have the privilege of voting that way because it's not gonna impact them negatively.
And I like that scene where they showed us glimpses of her childhood and what she was taught from her parents. You remember
Just
that
smile,
scene
that's
when,
your
like, she was
power.
yeah, she's like, "I can't do magic," and they're like, "You don't need to do magic, you just smile. As long as people like you will be fine." So she has been taught to just please people, and as long as I'm loved, as long as I'm liked, I can live in my lie, and I will be fine. That will fuck you up. While Alphaba upbringing was no one loved her other than like the bears that actually raised her. Like even her dad rejected her because she just looked different. She was different. She had those powers. And then she had no choice but fight. Like that's all she knows all her life.
Yeah, I think though, again, spoiler alert, we know Ariana ends up dropping what her parents taught her.
Mhm.
And so the question becomes, how long do I sit by the side as you vote for my opposition?
Until you
Or do
see it.
I just pretend die? And then that gives you the courage to be a better version of yourself.
Yeah. I don't there's something about that I like how Alphaba was understanding. Even actually Glinda, like she wasn't like, "No, I'm like I don't want you to do what you're doing." Like she kind of helped built her to like just go. Like I hope you're happy. I know this is what you need to do and I know this is what you need to do.
Mhm.
I don't know, there's a perfect image about that gives me a little hope that maybe there's a place in the world where like we can separate that, but like I think to be able to get there, we need to truly understand people's background and understand that people take time. They just need time to process what they're processing. Doesn't mean that they're horrible people. So maybe sometimes just looking past what I want at this moment and maybe seeing that maybe that person has true good intention. They're just in a freeze mode. They can't move. Like this is as much as they can do at this time. And maybe that
And it's
changes with
more
time.
than that too. It's like in part 1, they have different ideas about how they can get to the same destination. So it's not
Mm,
just Ariana's not willing to or whatever, what's her name? Galinda's not it's not that Galinda's not just willing to trade her privilege. She also believes, like many liberals or Democrats, that once you get in, you can change it from the inside. And so she really trying to go that route. And I see Elphaba's character as being a little bit more civil disobedience, militant, understanding the whole system has to burn down. And that's what one area where I could see what you're saying, like, we might have different approaches, but the end goal we both want everybody to feel okay. Like, I do care about your vulnerability, but this is just the strategy I see that works. So they have
I
different
like that.
strategies in movie one, for sure.
And I think the last thing on this before we move on to the next scene, um, I think what I've noticed is that Glinda has always been chasing love through like somebody loves me from the exterior, and Alphaba had little love with the people that she has that she was just scared of losing it. So they both were functioning out of a fear of losing the love that she still has, she's trying to build up, while the other person is just like a black hole. Like, I just want everybody to love me, more people to love me, because it's just never enough because you're not enough, you know, yourself. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. What are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you think it impacted each of their characters and journeys?
I think I want to talk about this more at the end because one of my favorite songs from this movie is The Girl in the Bubble at the end when like I can't that was there's so many favorite songs, but that one I've been stuck on it for the last 2 days because the lyrics are just beautiful. But let's get back to that later once we get to that scene.
You know what song that reminds me of? I found myself and I was kind of upset, and I love your agenda, so I promise not to derail too much, but
That's okay.
the Bubble song reminds me of Britney Spears's song called Lucky. And my sister will always say it. When that song comes on, she'll be like, "Emma, listen to this on repeat when we were kids." And the whole song is the lyrics are, "She's so lucky, she's a star, but she cries, cries, cries in
Mm,
her lonely heart," or something like that. So like everyone loves her, but she's alone is the
yep.
point of that story. And I don't know why at like 10 I was like, "This is so beautiful and meaningful," but it fucking is. And so I hear you on the bubble. And throughout part two, I was like, oh my God, I think Galinda's character more than Alphaba's in this one.
That's
And but you
interesting.
know, huh?
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, only in the way of only in the way initial understanding that in order to be successful, you have to be liked. And how you do that
Mhm.
is fawn and people please. And in the end, she's like, fuck everybody. And I like
The
that
bubble
for her.
gotta pop.
Yeah, I like that for her. I like that for me. But it was a couple days later that I was just really processing and I was like, oh, but Galinda, you are like the picture of privilege. And anyway, I don't want to get too far off, but I did have an
Pause. Let's put a
yes,
pin
yeah. Let
on
me write
this
it down. I'm gonna
because
write it down.
yes, because this is my favorite part. Like, I have so much to talk about this. I'm obsessed with that song and that part. Like, that's the highlight for me. So let's
Yes.
get back to it. So this is the start of the movie now. We went from, okay, two girls ended movie one with the choosing different paths. And then the start of the second one, it starts with propaganda, rumors, creating a villain, how Adam Morbol and like the wizard and everybody was just getting together. She's printing flyers like the Wicked Witch. And like so what I want to talk about here is like how quickly lies spread when they feel like emotionally satisfying for people, so had to create for people one enemy. And even though like people stop questioning facts or anything, like no one's questioning anything, they just believed it. The wizard said it, it must be true. And obviously this movie is like a perfect example of like what fascism looks like. And like there's a lot of like mirroring to that, to like the world that we live in right now, where like if you have someone in power and everybody is just worshiping that person, that's it. Like they just take their word for granted. And like that person start creating wicked witches for you to hate on. That could be immigrants, that could be black people, that could be any type of minorities that could just deflect you from the truth.
Or burning women at the stake, literally, for being witches, which I
Exactly.
found out is actually because they were just talking. Like they were
Yep.
just talking and they were like, "Oh no, these bitches gotta stop talking." But anyway, that's a different story. Continue.
So I guess for me from that scene, what like my biggest takeaway is how people prefer a simple villain over like a complex truth. Like they don't want to go and like dig into let me find what the truth is. Just give me a villain. Like I don't need to think, I don't need to do work. Give me that person, that's it. I'll just stick to it and that's it. That's done. Problem
Mhm.
solved. And everybody was just like gunning for Alphaba in that scene. But that was just like the mirroring that I noticed. I don't have much to discuss here, but I just like that build up of the start of people are easily manipulated,
Yeah.
obviously.
I have so much to say about that because that's the whole impetus for how perspective and like the community guidelines that we have. The first one is no othering. All right. And as hard as it is, we're not going to blanket statement any group of people for any like one thing, because then now we see it as a us versus them. We dehumanize them. That's the first step in the 10 steps to genocide. And so, to your point, like it's very simple to say it's them. It's either the animals, like rats, right? Like we're all actually okay with exterminating rats because we've decided they're disgusting. And if we do the same thing with human beings or with alphaba or
Or
whatever,
dogs.
dogs, it's easy to exterminate. But to your point, you just have to sell people on an idea. And once they grasp that idea, nothing else matters. They will try to force logic to fit the truth that you are giving them. And so for me, when you said like simple villain over complex truth, I wanted to say, no, the truth is actually always simple. The lie is the more complex thing, but we've been taught not to question. Like we've been taught not to connect dots.
I disagree. The lie is as simple as Alphaba coming and telling them the wizard lies. Literally, she went in the clouds. She was like, dudes, the wizard lies. And then Mara Morble just changed it to her, I want to burn everyone in Oz. But that is the truth. The truth is simple. But people now have to go do work to figure out, hold on, this is the complex part, like how to unravel. And people don't want to do that.
The other side of that, the truth is simple. The
Yes.
wizard lies.
Yes.
It's three words to explain to someone. This is how hard it was to explain what's happening with Palestine. To explain to someone that that person that you trust, when your back was turned, went up into the sky in a matter of seconds or switched it around because they're lying to you, that's complicated.
Yes.
And so people are more willing to believe the lie that Elphaba's out to get them than they are willing to believe a three-word truth. The
Correct.
truth is simple. The wizard lies. That is simple.
Okay,
We
I could see
complicate
that.
truth. We
I
complicate
agree.
truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think it's the fact checking behind it for people to get to the truth if they don't want to believe it or confirm it. That's the complex part that people don't want to do. It's easier to just give me a simple lie and I'll just run with it.
And you know what this goes back to? Two words. Cognitive dissonance.
Yes, I'm getting to that.
I will shut up.
No, no, no. I actually I want to discuss that about the wizard because like how he convinces himself about he's doing good, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not. But anyway.
He knows.
Yes. The part now that we get to is okay, Alpha comes shows up. She told everyone in the sky the wizard lies. Madame Morble switched it up. She wants to burn everyone in Oz. Okay, everybody's still believing she's evil. So what does Alpha has to do? She is going around and then because she's believing, she said, if I just tell them the truth, they'll just believe me, right? That was her goal. She went into her treehouse. She started to go around. First, she went to the animals. She asked them to fight. They're like, no, we're not fighting. We just need to escape. We're not doing this. She went to her sister. Hey, you're a governor. Help me out. And then her sister is dealing with her own shit. She went to Glinda. Nothing. And then she was like, fuck it. I can't find people, which goes back to my conversation with you earlier today about when you can't find your people or people like you to join that fight, then what do? Do you fight alone? Do you just go for it? Because, like, in this scenario, Alphaba decided to just be like, I can't keep waiting for people to just join me or understand or find the people who are gonna want to do it. I'm just gonna go fucking to the wizard and talk to him directly. And that's how what she did. She just showed up. I know we had a conversation that we stopped earlier today, but I want to peel back some layers because you mentioned that it is frustrating for you that to be in a place where like accepting that you are a rare person. Not everyone is like you. So what do you do now?
Find my people. Don't accept the limitations of environment, and I never will. I don't accept that, okay, Tampa may not have like, from the people that I've met, may not have the specific substance and interests that I really care about, right? Like the depth that matches the courage and leadership, right? But I know that exists all over the world. So now my one thing is to say, don't get so big headed that you think you're 1 billion, but remember how important it is to find your tribe and appreciate the rarity in the people you're searching for. Figure out how to get them to find you. So that's where I'm at now. Accepting that I am a bit of a rarity. I can accept it. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you. And giving myself the opportunity to find people that mirror that and that we can grow together. I don't lose hope in that. You look
So do
disappointed when
we
I first responded. Like, what were you thinking?
I was thinking that it is such a hard life to live with especially disappointment to keep like searching for those people, and I'm more of the belief of I'm just gonna fight. I'm just gonna do me. This is my truth, and believe that the people who think like me will find me. I follow influencers, I follow people that I like on social media that have similar thought process. If we lived in the same location, I would have loved to like meet up with them and I could see like they would be my people. But it's really hard to just I guess just keep searching for them. It's more so like I'm just gonna put myself out there, and this is what we're doing with this podcast. Like our goal is, I found you, you found me. We haven't found other people similar to us in that way, maybe like to that level or whatever. So like, okay, hopefully whoever's listening to this, if they like us, they like what we talk about, they think similarly. Let's build this community, and that's my thought process on this. Instead of me
No, I
keep
think
looking for them, let them find me.
we're saying the exact same thing. For me, search equals be open about yourself. Fight equals live your truth. And those who are in alignment will automatically gravitate towards you. You will gravitate towards each other. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think we're just using different words to explain it. And search probably isn't the best word because it makes it feel like I'm out here with a flashlight. Like, are you it? Are you it? And I'm not. That's not the goal. The goal is to keep moving in alignment with my highest truth and trust when I encounter people who feel right,
Yep.
who feel right. Yeah. There was something in I think Survivor. Cerise said, "My mom always said the truth has a ring to it. The truth has a ring to it." And that stuck with me. And I think that's why I was doing this, even though it looks like I was saying crazy. I want to find other crazy people and maybe. But like, yeah, I think the truth has a ring to it. I like that. And I think it will be
I love
clear when
that
those people.
actually.
Yeah, I love Suri. That's a whole other story. We could have another episode about Survivor now that I'm
Okay. Amal
yeah,
is a fan, just so everyone is missing out on this. Amal is a Survivor fan now.
yeah, and
I
Parvati is
did
the
it.
truth.
Poverty is the truth. All right. Moving on. We're moving on to the next scene. It's Glinda's rise and silent misery. That's what I named it. So basically, she got everything she wanted. So why are you still miserable? You can see how they're prepping her. Everybody, Glinda the Good. All the pictures are like just dropping. Glinda the Good. She got everything she wanted. The fiance, the love, the biggest castle in the biggest city and whatever, like in that world. Like it couldn't get better than that. Like this is it. All your dreams come true. And then like she's like that scene where like she gets to the microphone, she's trying to keep up the act, but it's clearly like she's heartbroken, and then
Mhm.
she says, that's my favorite line in that first half part of the movie, is when she says, There are bridges you cross you didn't know you crossed until you've crossed.
Okay. Why?
There are bridges that you cross that you didn't know you've crossed until you cross. I just love this so much because it's like, I don't know, it's just so, it's like a beautiful representation is that sometimes you just do stuff like it's too far. Like she has gone too far and she's realizing in that moment, and then she didn't intend it to get to that part. That's, I think she says that after like Fiora was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no, do you hear what they're talking about, Alphaba? Like, she's your, you know, none of this is true. This is too far. And he's like, you know why you're doing this because you want the power, you want that. And she's like, and so what if I want it? Like, who actually could say no to that? And he's like, you know who would? And then this is where she realized, like, she's too deep into this lie. Like, what do you do now? Yeah, I do love that a lot. And then after that, I'm just quoting exactly what the word says. And then she's like, when she gets closer to the microphone, and she's like, and if that joy, that thrill doesn't thrill like you think it will, still with this perfect finale, the cheers, who wouldn't be happier? Because happy is what happens when all your dreams come true, isn't it? And then that's what she like it's like she's battling the whole, that's what she's been taught. Like her family fucked her up. That they're like, this is your goal, this is what you need to do, everyone needs to love you, and only when you do that and you get there you will be happy. And she did it, and she's like, but now I know it's wrong, but like maybe all of this like will make it like I should be I should, I'm happy, I'll just stay here, right?
Yeah, it's like that famous quote from Jim Carrey where he's like, I wish everybody in the world could like get what they want in life and be like super rich or whatever so they could see that like happiness doesn't live here. Like,
Yeah,
so I think
yeah,
she's realizing that. Like I'm here now. I traded it all. I traded my values, morals, whatever. And not that she did anything conniving, she just let people believe that she's this figure. She
yeah,
let people believe in her. And so
yeah.
she's dealing with imposter syndrome, first of all,
Mm,
because she knows she's not magic. She knows the truth, which is simple. She can't do magic. She knows the truth and she knows she's representing a lie. And those two things, I think the cognitive dissonance, I think, is eating her alive. And
mm-hmm.
that's why she cannot enjoy the fact that she has all that love because it's not earned, it's not real. And she knows
Yeah.
that.
Think the biggest thing too that we tend to, I mean, I realize it as well, is that sometimes like success or like succeeding in something doesn't always feel what you thought it would.
For sure.
Does that make sense? Like
Amelia,
you think this whole time, this is how I will feel once I get this promotion, I get to this level, I marry, I buy the house, and then you get there and what you're feeling is like, that doesn't feel like success. Like, why does that feel wrong? Why does not feel right? And I think that's what happened to her. And that goes back to, there's bridges you cross, you didn't know you crossed until you've crossed. I just love this. This sentence is just
I do. I love that because usually
so
when
cool
you're
for me.
thinking about crossing a bridge, you envision it's something ahead of you. You see it, you know you're about to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas she's like, oh shit, I crossed the bridge. There's something about that for sure.
Yep.
That's a good prompt. Like, name a time you crossed a bridge. Can you name a time you crossed a bridge and you didn't? I don't want to derail from your wicked talk, but
I
can you
don't
name a
know.
time?
Let me, I have to think about that. Has there been a bridge that I've crossed? Can you?
It's a really good question.
A bridge that you've crossed that you didn't know you crossed until you've crossed. I mean, I could say maybe within my relationship, maybe it wasn't as intense as Alphaba's bridge, but like I found myself in a place that I should have been more aware, or looking more deeper into my honesty and like what works for me and what doesn't and what not. And then like suddenly I look back, I thought this is it. I did it. I'm here. And like I suddenly look back, I was like, wait, when did I, how did I, you know that? I mean, that's something we could talk about in a different episode, but like yeah, I think that was it for me. I was like, I've crossed that bridge. I lost touch of who I am or what I want or what makes me happy and whatnot. And then I look back, I was like, wait, hold on. At what point did I just cross that bridge? Yeah, I just love this specific sentence. It resonates a lot with me.
Me too. I'm gonna add that to my prompt randomizer that I told you about. I'm gonna
I
add
love
that.
it. I love it so much.
Yeah. I think the only time, I'm not gonna tell a story. I just think the only time that might make sense if I start thinking about stories in which I found myself in the middle of a conflict that I didn't know was about to happen. And then now you're in kind of like you're in the middle of the bridge and you have to get to the other side. But getting to the other side of the bridge and then realizing is a really interesting imagery. I love that question. Thank you for bringing that up.
I think we should bring it up in another episode and just dive a little deeper into it. Okay, we're moving on to um I know we talked about how Alphaba went around and like talked to the animals. That's one of it. But the part
Mhm.
that I want to go back to is the song "No Place Like Home." Um, I know I made a post about it and I shared it with you. This song like really, really resonated with me with Lebanon and identity and all of that. Especially the part where she says like why do I love this place that never loved me? It's like you get attached to, and then like she says, but it's only a land made of dirt and rock. Like what is it? Is it? And then she's like, actually, it's more than just a place. It's a promise. It's an idea. So that's like what we get attached to. And like I know you and I talk a lot about like borders and who cares. Like, and why can't I just be in
Mhm.
France? And why is it called France? Like it could have been Shran. Well, what you know, who says what, like those lines and borders and place and whatnot. But I do like that a lot. This song is because I always struggled with like patriotism and like how people feel like they're so patriotic to some, like to a specific land. And I think this song has helped me see when she says like it's literally it's not a land, it's not a place, it's not the rock, it's the promise and the idea of like what this place represents for you. And for me, like that's what Lebanon has been. It's the place that raised me. I've been ups and downs with that place. I still don't have citizenship there. I want that citizenship. And like I still love this place. I don't know why do I love it. Like I've been talking to you. I was like, I want to retire there. Like I would like to go live back there, but why? This place doesn't want me. Like this place still don't have like rights for someone who's LGBT. Like it's still economically not put. Why do I freaking love this place? I love this place. So it's such a toxic relationship that I have. Um,
Yeah,
do you have any thoughts on that?
I do. First,
And
I love your
actually,
post.
it goes back to our original podcast thoughts of like we were looking for home.
Look what I wrote down. Look what I wrote down.
Uh,
Full circle. I was about to talk about that, you piece of khara. I was
go
about to
for it.
talk about
Go
that.
for it. Go for it.
But no, first I want to say I love, love, love your posts on your page, Overthink with Noel, because even that one where you give the different pictures of home and you like in a very vulnerable way talk about your connection to it and how like this experience that you just shared right now. I do encourage people to go to your page and look for that post because it was fucking beautiful. And yes, full circle. This is in one of the unreleased episodes. I remember talking about my toxic relationship with Paterson, New Jersey, because I had gone home. This is in 2023. I had gone home and I came to like tears thinking about how much I love that place and almost more than I have a love for Palestine itself. Right. And mind you, Palestine has a little Palestine there. So of course that's the draw, but like it's every building has a memory. It holds my home. It
Yeah.
holds like all the memories of even I was laughing because I was like showing my friend around and I said, "This is where my sister got hit by a car. This is where my cousin overdosed. This is where I got in my first fight." And like all of the memories are fucking crazy. And that's my fucking home. Like, that's my home, and I think it's because it was attached to a time and I could talk about this for hours, and I'm not gonna, but I do think we should talk about this at length in a different episode. I think it could be because it was attached to a time in which I had a family. I had the structure. Even if it was crazy and toxic, I had it. And the world was ahead of me. And I didn't understand the simple truths that I do now that are so fucking heavy. And it was a lighter time, even though it was a traumatic time, it was somehow lighter. And that's home. It's the last place I, lived with my mom. It's the last place I like had brothers and sisters in the same house. It's the beginning. It's my beginning. And in that way, Lebanon is your beginning. It's your origin story. Of course, it's your home. Of course. Of course. It's like, yeah, Patterson don't give a fuck about me, but I love that place. And I love everything it gave me.
I love Lebanon so much.
I don't want to be.
I don't know why I love this place so much, honestly. Yeah, I
What do
relate a
you think
lot
it
to
is?
that. I think it could be like similar to like what you hear like as a kid, you always want like your parents' acceptance and you want them to love you even though they might not love you, and like you always keep going around the world like seeking that in partnership or whatever. I think it's because I grew up like knowing I don't have citizenship here. When I used to give my opinions, they're like, well, you're not Lebanese, shut the fuck up. Stuff like that. And like I genuinely cared about this place. Like when I was giving an opinion or like saying something political, it's not because fuck you. It's literally because I want it better. I want better for those people. I care about those people. Like, you know? And I love the country. Like, there's so much beauty in the culture. And I find myself battling sometimes, like, rolling my eyes. Like, yeah, there's all those areas that you guys keep fucking up over there. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. America is better because you have this, 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 and that. And then there's other areas where, like, I'm defending Lebanon. It's like, no, but fuck you here because, like, over there, at least they have culture, they have family, people show up for you. Like, it's just this battle of the two. But at the same time, I do think it's what you said as well. There's those corners, there's cities, those buildings. Like when last year Israel started to bomb like big areas in Beirut, I was freaked out, and I told my partner at the time, like, I need to go to Lebanon, like I need to go, like, and he's like, no, but you can't, like they're bombing. I was like, I don't give a fuck if I die. I would not be able to live with myself if I don't go back and see those streets and neighborhoods. Like I need to see them now. I just need to be there. I just need to be there. And that was what breaks my heart the most when I saw Gaza and like the way how they were like demolishing everything. I was like, I don't give a fuck if those people are still surviving, because that's not enough. Like them just surviving is not enough. Where do they go back to? Like I put myself in their shoes. I was like, I don't even recognize this place. Yes, you rebuild, but like I want those neighborhoods. I want my childhood memories. I want to see where I rode my bike. It's fuck humans.
You can empathize with the people who are losing their entire everything we're talking about. I can't imagine going back to Patterson and, my school being bombed, the meat market my mom went to before she died, right? Like, I have that connection to all those places. I can still go back and get a glimpse of it. And like the evil doers of the world are even taking away not only our connection to our ancestors from our history books, the oldest churches in the world, the oldest mosques in the world. They are demolishing also memories from 20 years ago. It's fucked up.
It's very fucked up.
And I see why you would cry over those rocks, because when you go back, they're not going to be the same rocks.
It's the memories
Yeah.
through those rocks. And it's like, who made, like, what made you are. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for letting me force that moment.
I'll take it in.
Okay.
Alphaba's sister, Nessa. That fucking
She's the problem. She's the
She
fucking
is the
sellout. She's the
problem,
problem.
girl.
I don't
Like,
fucking like her.
die. I'm so glad she died. There's no one more deserving than a house fucking falling on them. I'm like, die, bitch. You can go. Goodbye. It's sad though, because, like, I mean, here's the thing, Glinda versus Nessa. We just talked about privilege. Yes, Glinda had privilege. Nessa had a lot of privilege as well. Like, she was loved by her father. He was like, oh my God, you're a little baby. I like your baby you all the time.
And he's a powerful man. He's not just any man. He's
Yes.
a governor.
And I don't know if it's because like she's paralyzed, like she is going through what she's going through, or is it because it's just her personality, like she's just too spoiled or whatnot. What I do like though, this is off movie record, is that the actual actress, she is paralyzed in real life. I don't know if it's, if, what do you say? Not paralyzed, is that the right term? Like disabled. So
Well,
like
no, now they
like
say don't say disabled. I don't think that's politically correct anymore. But the point is, she actually is wheelchair bound.
yes.
Okay.
And what I do like is like in the original story, what Alphaba does when she comes to like do magic is like she actually helps her walk again because that was her heart's desire. Like if she will walk again, maybe now Buck will love her. Maybe now he will accept her and blah blah blah. And then as they were filming this movie, the actress said, not everyone who is actually bound to a wheelchair, like that's not our dream. My dream is not to walk again. I have other so that's why
Yeah,
I
I'm not the
like
Little
that they
Mermaid, bitch.
actually, yeah, I like that they twisted it in the movie to where her like heart desire is to go back and feel how she was floating when she was dancing with him the first time. It was like that feeling that she wanted. And then like even Buck, when he shows up and see her floating, is like, you did that to her. You thought like her like walking is what's gonna make her happy. Like even Buck picked up on like that. But yeah, I guess it's just like this whole desperation from Nessa to just want to keep someone locked in with her, to love her. Like he's like, I want to go, and she's like, okay, a new ICE agent, like she's like, you cannot leave until I give approval for all the munchkins to leave. You know, it's like this is what she's doing. Like she's literally doing the ICE shit that we see now happening.
Yeah, she's controlling and crazy.
And she just wants to force love, which is so fucking sad. Like you just want to lock someone with you, force them to love you. Yeah, you can die. I was not upset about that. See, I
I
was
do think she forced him to love her, and I do think I wonder if, like, just speaking character development, she always had her father doting over her to your point, and I think it was like, "Who's gonna do this now?" Elphaba always
mm,
protected her. Who's gonna do this now? And instead of she has a lot of work to do. She has a lot of bridges to fucking cross because even Elphaba was like, "It was never gonna be enough for you. I did everything I could for you, and it was never gonna fucking be enough."
I love that you brought this because I forgot about that part. But that was a really important part as a sister. She's done everything for her. And like, how often do we find ourselves doing that in our day to day life where like you just need to realize that you're just enabling that person? It doesn't matter what their situation, it is never going to be enough. And like, you need to learn to say, when is it enough? When enough is enough. Like, you gotta figure out your shit at this point.
I was literally just having
Love
that
it.
conversation earlier today with that friend that I told you that called me, and it was like one of the things is like, how do you identify when well, the question was, how did I contribute to this problem? And I was like, well, what happens in situations where somebody's a taker and they keep taking from you and like you did everything you could do? And my friend was like, what did you contribute to the problem? And I was like, oh, because my behavior allowed that person to do this. And like, so I allow disrespect. I allow, and so that's what I can shift because I can never change them. It's in this point, what did I contribute is always about you. There's always
Yes.
something you fucking did. And that girl, whatever her name is, what's her name? Nessa. She's
Nessa.
unwilling to see how she's always a victim
Yes.
mentality. Yeah,
Yep.
and it's
Yep.
I'm glad it's never around her wheelchair, and it's always just around her entitlement for how people should
Love.
be adoring her, loving her, raising her up.
Yeah.
She to actually put that mandate in, I'm getting triggered by this beat. To put that fucking mandate in, to your point, like ICE equivalent, like y'all can't, none of you could leave because I want him and he doesn't want me. I would like a story on that her fucking character arc. Did she fucking get fixed? No, because she still went through the town chasing someone who didn't want her after she ruined his life. And by the way, immediately threw her sister. Okay, you know what? This is not about Nessa. Halas.
Yeah, but I think it's a good representation as well of like relationships. Like how many times people found themselves in a relationship where like they want the other person to stay in something that they're not feeling or whatnot. Like it shows up in different ways in people's relationships. Like even Buck, he was okay with it. Like he could have left long time ago and just been like, I don't know, doing whatever he's doing in the town. Why was he there either? Like she didn't have like power or anything to force him. Yes, she was the governor, but like sometimes even him, it wasn't until he saw Glinda as getting married that he was like, oh no, that's my only opportunity. I need to go be true. So yeah, I just thought that was like an interesting scene on like how she is handling hers. This movie, there's so many different character, different stories, different mirroring of real life. That's what I love about this. But yes,
I do. I like it more now that we're talking about it, like, and I'm finding myself having emotional reactions. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I see it." Also, side note, completely unrelated, maybe related. I just realized I'm falling in love with the color orange.
with
That's it.
what?
The color orange. It is
Okay, that's so
in the
random.
middle of you talking just now. I looked around my room and I realized orange is fucking speaking to me in crazy ways. Imma turn this around real quick. I wanna show you because it's like an epiphany
Show
moment I'm
me.
having. Where can I turn the screen around or should I just turn the screen around?
No idea.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn the screen around. Okay, so just to explain, above me is my board, my whiteboard of planning and how I'm gonna do things. And then there's a picture of me from childhood in Palestine, and I'm wearing like a little belly dancer thing on my head with the things. And then I have a card on top that is my sister gave me like 15 years ago that says like as you go through the world, take these lessons with you. And I kept it. And so anyway, I was looking up and I'm like, that baby picture is so cute. I like
Are you
that.
gonna
I
show
like the
us?
orange. Yes, in a second. But I'm like, I like the orange. And then I look at the thing and I had put a background on it that's orange just by chance. And then my marker is an orange. And then my computer screen's an orange. And I was like, orange is speaking to me. Okay, here. So do you see the picture?
Okay. Now I do.
Then
I
the
see
thing
all the
from my
oranges.
sister. And then the
Yep.
highlights here are orange. And then my computer screen is orange. And I was like, why the fuck is orange yelling at me? It's yelling at me right now.
It is a fall color, and remember, we do like those colors. I know
We
you like
do.
them too, like those
It
earthy fall color. And I mean, I could see it because I love. I mean, I'm not obsessed with the color orange, but I love the leaf color change. So, like when you said orange, that's what I pictured. I was like, oh my god, the color change. It's just like that was my favorite thing when I went to Boston. It's just like being. I went to that park every single day just to watch the trees.
Oh, that's
Like
beautiful.
all the color, like it's just beautiful. I have pictures of that. Um,
Yeah, and we don't get that here. But anyway, thanks for letting me go on that side quest, but, like, it was a powerful feeling that orange was, like, here.
screaming.
That's and then I looked in the screen while you were talking, and I see behind you, and it's a kind of like this orange looking I know it's brown or
Yeah,
whatever, a
I
cow.
this is yeah, because I wanted something that is more orangey brownie. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Okay. That was I don't
Yep.
know why that was so powerful, but it hit me. So thanks for letting me share
Yep.
that.
Of course. All right, back to Wicked.
Yes.
Next scene is when Alphaba shows up to the wizard, and we're gonna be talking about truth power and cognitive dissonance.
Oof. Got
What I
that
had
right here.
highlighted there is when he says the truth is just what everyone agrees on. It's not a fact. Ah, come on. And adding to it, he said, everybody wanted me to be wonderful. So I'm going to be wonderful. She's like, why don't you just go and tell them the truth? And he's like, even if I do, they're not going to believe it because they want to believe what they want to believe. And then, she's like, but this is all lies. And she's like, what you are saying lies where I come from. It's called history. And then he goes on to explain, he says, history is very subjective. For some, you could see someone a traitor or a liberator. You can see them a thief or a philanthropist. For others, could be an invader or a crusader. And like, come on, this is amazing. Like I don't even know where to start with all of this. But yeah,
One thought that I had as he
go.
was saying that, two thoughts I had as he was saying that, we grew up saying one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter because we knew the resistance in all forms in our specific countries are trying to liberate from occupation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I fully agreed with that. And then also, what was the opposite to philanthropist? Do you remember?
A thief or philanthropist.
And so in my work, we do impact first investments and we try to power shift through money and through programs. And a huge thing I learned is that there's these things called donor advised funds. And a lot of people will put lots of money into these big companies for good stuff, but the company only has to pay out like 5% a year. So it sits on billions of donors advised funds, and those people, like, they get returns on the money that is sitting there that's meant to do good out in the world, but $250 billion of donor advised funds sits idle. $250 billion is not out in the world doing what it's supposed to do. And these philanthropists are
Or
y-
thieves.
y- I'm not going to say that and hurt my job, but
No,
my
no,
views expressed are my
no,
own.
no, no, no. I'm just joking
Yeah.
because, like, I'm just talking about
I'm
perspective.
trying to put the disclaimer in. The
Hey,
views
no, I
expressed
know.
here are my own. Yeah. So I learned a lot about, from the basic of it, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, and also how somebody can throw a Molotov cocktail in Ukraine and it's heroic. But if you do the same thing in Palestine, you're a terrorist. Like, also the double standards of when you can be a hero. But then also the intricacies of, yeah, why would you ever think a philanthropist is a thief? And now with my work and experience, I'm like, motherfucker, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Period. Thank you. That was my first thought.
Or invader could be a crusader. Where do we even start? I'm just saying, like, this whole thing could be a whole episode, but I just love how, I don't know, there's something about Wicked. It exposes a lot about the world we live in. There's so many things to dissect within and within and within and within. Go
This is
ahead.
a side note, but I do love the moment that Alphabet says, and the theater all laughed when she said it. For the first time, I feel wicked.
Which
And
one?
it okay, so when her and old boy were getting it
When
on
I,
in the
yeah,
treehouse,
like, I'm wicked. Yeah, 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 yeah.
like, I wanted to reach across the aisle and be like, "Oh, look, she's owning it. She's owning the wicked part, because she did do something that was fucked up that day. She did. But
Yep.
what I'm seeing from this whole conversation about the truth is what everybody agrees on is it's all about perspective to the point of cognitive dissonance. It's the perspective that you have and then how much you're trying to do to rationalize that perspective and justify that perspective. And there you go. So, like, Israel sees itself as like a crusader for some cause, and we're the Amalek or whatever the fuck he calls us. And it's like, motherfucker, no, we are living here, and you want us to die. Oh,
And I do like, so I just want to highlight a little bit of the cognitive dissonance part. I know this episode is going to go over an hour. I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it? Because I still have a
okay
couple
with it.
points to go over. So,
Yeah.
cognitive dissonance, I just learned it myself, is when your beliefs and values don't align with your actions. And there's three ways that people go about it. Either they go and match their actions to their beliefs, which is what you should be doing. I believe this is the right thing to do, and my actions now, I will go ahead and do it. Or what people could do is they match their beliefs to their actions. I know these are my beliefs. This is what I'm choosing to do. And even though this is wrong, it doesn't align, but it's easier for me to just suck it up and stay in this place. And now I just convince myself that no, no, these are my beliefs. Now I'm gonna do this, this, and that. Or the third part, which is the craziest part, is when you start justifying your actions. Like, so you keep your beliefs as is, you keep your actions that are not matching, and then you just live in this like justification. I was like, I know it's not what I believe. I'm still going to do it because I don't mean this. I'm still a good person. I only stole this much. I just killed this girl that I saw on a video. She was saying they were telling her like how many people were killed in Palestine, and she's like, yeah, but like if you think about it, it's like a ratio of like one person per building. Or I was like, what the fuck are you like?
I remember
One
that.
person is enough person or something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's
Yeah.
like when
Or
you justify
should we blow
that,
up a
like
school? It's like, should we
yeah,
blow up a school? No. Is there a terrorist in the school? Well, then blow up the school and everyone in it. It's like, what the fuck? But then in America, that belief would shift because we would not blow up a school because there's a shooter in it. The rationalizations do get exposed as a logical fallacy if somebody's listening and has information.
yes. I think what's so interesting here too is that, for example, Alphaba's character, how many people, I mean, I relate a lot to her. You probably relate in like her fight and justice and whatnot. But how often do we found ourselves, and we were talking about that, you and I were talking about like boycotting and like what we actually, cut or not, and like how do we might fall into sometimes like, I guess I just want this one time, it's whatever or whatnot. And that's what actually was shown in that scene when like she was trying to argue with him and like he kind of convinced her with those justification of like he was using the cognitive dissonance justification. It's like, well, you could see it as traitor, I'm just seeing it as liberator, you could see it as this, and then like he kind of convinced her and you're gonna be wonderful and just join us. And like thinking, and then she bought it. Like she eventually was like, "Ugh, you know what, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. It is like he's not that bad. Okay, if you release the monkeys and he did, then okay, I guess we're fine. Like the like problem solved. Like she can move on with her life. She'll have an easier life." And then we like as humans, like how easy it is sometimes to just convince us. Like it doesn't matter how like your truth aligns. Yeah. And then you just convince yourself that you're the hero, even though you're causing harm, like the wizard is doing. Or for Alphaba, we're like, I guess it's just easier. Let me just fold back and like justification, cognitive dissonance. And then it wasn't until she saw the animals in the cages, she's like, what the fuck? Like, no, 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 this is wrong. This is not me. I can't do this. Yeah, I just thought that was an interesting scene.
I love that scene very much because I was thinking throughout it, what's going to go wrong? Because this doesn't make sense. I will say I really enjoyed watching Alphaba, even though I knew it wasn't going to work out. I enjoyed watching that scene. I enjoyed watching her dance and just kind of live without the pressure of truth and knowing that you have to do something. And that
Mm-hmm.
resonated deeply with me, obviously, and with you, because
Mm-hmm.
we have truths that we hold and they're heavy. And it's like every minute of every day, we don't want to have to be fixing this problem that we didn't fucking create. And I kind of just want to dance sometimes, you know?
That's what we're talking about. Play. We need to play more. We don't play enough. We're always, I want to work, I want to build, I want to help, I want to give back. When do we play?
When do we play? So I had a lot of
So
thoughts about
Amal
what
and
you just
I's
said.
new goal for 2026 is that we're gonna do more escape rooms. Now that we are both aligning on strategy games and things like that that we like, we're just gonna do more play. We're gonna do more board games, escape rooms, find strategy games in the area. We're gonna play. We're just gonna have time a week. We're just playing. No production is happening.
Except we
Anyway,
will record the process and we will probably talk about it on air, but that's because we like to play this way. This is us. This is our verse, what we like to do. But yeah, I love that you brought that up. I am going to have to put us on hold for a second. I think my cat is knocking on the door. That's a real
do that,
sentence.
do that.
Hold on.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, please consider leaving a comment and a review. It helps us improve and reach more people.
We're all just trying to figure it out one conversation at a time. So go easy on yourself, trust the process, and remember, it's okay, Habibi.